Alright, next upgrade to my Glock 19 is going to be the 3.5 pound trigger connector. This is a little more in depth. If you've never taken your Glock all the way down, this might be a little more tricky. You can still do it yourself, but if you don't feel comfortable, if this is your carry gun, have it done by a professional, which I don't recommend carrying it after you put these type of upgrades into it anyways. Make sure it's safe. Break it down. With this particular upgrade, you want to take down all 3 pins. You got 1 back here on the grip, and 2 up here for the Glocks that have the 3 pins. If you only have the 2 pins, then obviously you just take out the 2 pins. So, before I continue, I gotta get my cord, plug my camera in because it's about to die. Alright, got the camera plugged in. Like I said, we gotta take down 1, 2, and 3 pins. Now, the one right above the trigger can be kind of a pain in the tuchus. Damn, that one right there. Because of these notches, you can see them. They sometimes get hung up on the internals. But you wiggle everything around, be patient, don't pound on it with a hammer, just keep pushing and being patient, and it'll eventually pop out. And that's the bottom one. Usually gives me the most trouble. The one just above it can be just as big of a pain because it also has little notches here and here. If you can see it on there. Kind of not, but they have notches. And the back one's usually the easiest because it is smooth as a baby's bottom. Yeah. Alright, so we got all 3 pins out. And this little connector bar, which I'll go ahead and open this up. It says ghostinc.com on it, which is who makes this particular model. Take out your slide stop if you haven't already. I take out these set of rails because they always get in the way. And to take out pretty much your internal workings, your trigger group and everything, I just pull up on the pull up on the extractor a little bit and it pops right out. There you go. And that's where your new part is going to go. Right in there. So we got to get this out of the way first. Which to do that, kind of pull it up and out of the way. Which you can actually probably push this out. Which, put that back in really quick. See right here on the back side, you can see the connector. You can push that out. There we go. Keep pushing. Think. Old one is out. Let's take your new one. Obviously put it right in the same notch. Slide it in. Should be able to do it with your fingers. You shouldn't really need to induce a lot of force. There you go. Now, to put it back together, you got to get this peg right here in this slot right here, and you got to get this bar here. You see it there? Underneath this lip here. Can be kind of tricky, but once again, you be patient with it. Don't force it. Don't try and pound it in there. It should go pretty much on its own, you know. And let's see, got to make sure that's in all the way. To put it back in, I find it you put the trigger in first. Bam, and then the rear section should just pop in. There you go. We got a 3.5 pound trigger connector in there. Reassembly can be the biggest pain in the butt I found. Mostly because you have to get all these pins to line up with all these parts. Still somewhat easier than some of the other guns I've taken apart, all the way down to the bare bones. But that last pin, the big one, right above the trigger, just tends to almost always give me some type of trouble. Pretty sure that pin is designed to be a pain in the ass. So the first two pins, the one on the grip back here and the one up top, going without a problem. Smooth as your mama's. Never mind, but smooth. Oh my god, look at that. The one above the trigger went in perfectly too. I'll be damned. Alright. So now, reassembly. Function test, safe direction. Does it feel lighter? I don't know, we'll have to test it. But that is how you put in, how I put in at least, the 3.5 pound connector replacing the old.